Do you know the feeling when the working day is over and you are like a squeezed lemon? Not just tired, but completely drained mentally, physically, and emotionally. As if someone pulled the plug and forgot to recharge the battery. You come home and the only thing you can do is collapse somewhere. Maybe you spend hours scrolling through your phone feed. Maybe you sit silently, staring at the wall like a character in a depressing movie. Or maybe you promise yourself to do something useful, but in the end it's bedtime and you haven't done anything for yourself. It's really annoying. No matter how much rest you get, you still feel drained. It's like you're working in energy-saving mode, but even sleep doesn't fully restore you. I used to feel this way every day. But I finally realized what was wrong, and more importantly, I found 7 simple ways that helped me feel alive again. If you're tired of feeling drained all the time, listen up. These methods can change your life. Method 1. I came up with a fake way home. Getting to and from work used to be the worst part of the day. But when it disappeared, I realized it served an important function. This way, home helped switch modes. Work brain off. Work brain off, home brain on, but now work ends and suddenly, bam! I'm on the couch flipping through the feed, still stuck in work mode. No reboot, no transition, so I started simulating the way home. A short walk before and after work, just 10 minutes. No phone, no distractions, just fresh air in my thoughts. Method 2. I stopped treating the couch like a black hole. The couch is dangerous. Not in the literal sense, but in the sense that I just sit down for a second. Because that second turns into 4 hours, and suddenly the sun is setting and you're still in your work clothes and happen to have memorized the entire YouTube algorithm about robbing raccoons by heart. I used to come home tired and think I'd rest a bit and then do something useful. But as soon as I touched the couch, it was over. I became one with the furniture. The clock disappeared, and before I knew it, it was time for bed. So I made a rule. Before I touched the couch, I had to do one thing that would make me feel like a real person. It didn't have to be something grandiose. It doesn't have to be something grandiose, just something conscious. Stretch for 5 minutes, put on some music, and move around, even if I look ridiculous. Cook something not out of the microwave. The point is to get out of autopilot mode, not fall into oblivion, and do something that reminds me that I'm alive, that I'm in control of my evening. And here's the amazing thing. After this act, I actually enjoy my vacation more. Instead of feeling empty and guilty, I feel a rush of energy. Sounds simple. Method 3. I created a playlist for After Work Me. Music is magic. It can change your mood in seconds. One song can turn stress into calmness, fatigue, into energy, or an ordinary moment into something really enjoyable. That's why I created a playlist for the After Work Me soundtrack to the part of the day that really belongs to me. It starts with relaxing tracks, because going straight from work mode to high energy mode is like trying to run a sprint right after waking up. Then, it gradually builds up to songs that make you want to move. And yes, I dance. Even if I look like a wounded flamingo, I still do it, because the movement is rhythm and just letting go for a moment. It really helps. Breaks up the monotony. Reminds me that my day isn't just work and tiredness. There is something about it that brings joy. Find your after-work soundtrack. Play it every night. Let it pull you out of autopilot mode and remind you that your time belongs to you. It works. Friends, especially for you in the attached comment. For maximum benefit, I left 3 books on this topic. With you, like, subscribe. Let's go further. Method 4. I stopped giving work my best energy. For a long time, work got the best version of me. My sharp thinking, patience, problem-solving skills, ability to pretend I cared deeply about the next spreadsheet. By the time I got home, I was working on couples classes. I had nothing left for myself. No energy for things I really liked. One day I asked myself why I was giving my best energy to the person who would replace me in 2 weeks if I quit. That thought hit me hard. So I changed my approach. Still doing the job well, but not letting it consume me. Stopped stressing about emails. Stopped stressing about things I can't control. Stopped feeling like every little mistake was the end of the world. And you know what? The world kept spinning. My boss didn't fire me. My coworkers didn't even notice. But I noticed because suddenly I had energy for myself, for things that actually make my life feel like my life, instead of just something I squeeze in between workdays. Method 5, I learned to say no without feeling like a villain. Much of our fatigue comes not from the work itself, but from agreeing to everything. Plans that we don't have the energy for, favors that we feel obligated to do, extra work that isn't even our responsibility. We say yes and then immediately regret it, but we still see it through to the end because saying no seems rude and selfish, as if we're letting people down. So I started politely declining. Instead of saying, "Sorry, I can't," I say, "That sounds great, but I'm keeping this evening free for myself. Let's plan something for another time." No guilt, no excessive explanations, just polite boundaries. And here's what's surprising. People don't even get angry. They just say, "Okay, let me know when you're free." And that's how I got my time back, my energy, my ability to breathe at the end of the day. Saying no doesn't make you a villain. It makes you a person who values their own well-being. And that's more than normal. Method 6. I gave my brain a rest without scrolling on Judgment Day. I used to think that lying on the couch with my phone was relaxation. I wasn't doing anything, so I was relaxing, right? But for some reason, after an hour of scrolling, I felt not rested, but even more tired. Because scrolling on Judgment Day is not relaxation. It's just replacing one type of brain overload with another. Work emails are replaced by news notifications and an endless stream of random information that I didn't ask for. So I started replacing it with real rest. 5 minutes of journaling, a few pages of a book, sitting in silence with good music, even just lying on the floor staring at the ceiling. And yes, I never thought I would become someone who just sits around doing nothing. But now it's one of my favorite parts of the day because finally my brain isn't running a marathon. It's really resting. And that changes everything. Method 7. I found something to look forward to. For a long time, my evenings felt like a dead zone between work and sleep. Just an empty space where I waited for the next day to begin. I would finish work, eat something, scroll through my phone, maybe watch a show, and before I knew it, the day was over. Nothing about it seemed exciting. Nothing felt like mine. So I changed that. I started giving myself something to look forward to every evening. It didn't have to be anything grand, just something that made the day a little less robotic. A hobby, even if I'm not very good at it. A new recipe, even if the result is questionable. A funny show because laughter really energizes you. Even just a very tasty snack, because food happiness is real. And here's the thing. When you have something, no matter how small, that really makes you happy, the whole evening feels different. It's no longer just a countdown to sleep. It's like real life. If you constantly feel tired after work, it's not just because you're busy. The thing is, you're not recharging properly. For a long time, I thought that fatigue was just part of adult life. That feeling drained after work was normal. That all I could do was endure until the weekend, when I would rest just enough to get through another week. But that's not living. That's surviving. The truth is that rest isn't just doing nothing. It's doing the right things that really help you recover. Lying on the couch and scrolling through your phone for hours isn't rest. It's just numbing. It doesn't give you energy. It just burns time until you have to do it all over again. Your time after work belongs to you. It's not just the leftover part of the day. It's the part that really matters. The part where you can be yourself, not just an employee, a worker, or someone crossing items off a to-do list. So don't wait for the weekend to feel alive again. Try one of these methods, just one. See how it feels, because you deserve more than just rest.